how you guys doing out there? My name is Dennis, also known as Kh'alm, an artist, upcoming artist from Sweden, but I'm based in Los Angeles. I was born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden, which is in Europe. Moved out here in 2005 to go to school, and met up with a couple of guys who loved music, and so they showed me, how to rap and told me all about it. But I had done it before, but it wasn't in a serious way. So when I got out here and met these guys who were doing it seriously, I felt like, if they could do it, I could do it too. A couple years later, my little brother Tony came out from Sweden, just spending 3 months with me, and I was like, hey Tony, now that you're here, let's just work. I have all these songs and I just want to make them hits. So Tony and me, every day for 3 months, we were writing new songs. And at the time, I'm with one of my female friends by the name of Eden, we call it Eden, but I call it Eden, because like the Garden of Eden. She knew one of my good friends now, like one of my producers called Paulos. And she was like, oh, I'm gonna show this song to Paulos and maybe he'll like it. He does music too. And so I was like, yeah, why don't you do that? And then she did. She showed him the song, and then I got a call, like it was a number, and I didn't know what number that was. And then he was like, hey, yo, this is Paulos. And I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, man, I heard your song. You're really cool. I'm like, oh, thanks. He's like, but let me hear something else. And I'm like, okay. I guess he had, worked with a lot of artists, and like he didn't want me to be like a one-hit wonder or something. And so I was like, okay, let me spit something over the phone. And I spit something. He was like, hey man, you gotta come over to my house. Mind you, this was 4 in the morning, and I had to go to school the next day. But I was like, okay, let me just go over there and see what he's about, So I went over there, showed him, and he gave me a bunch of tracks. And that's kind of how it started. I linked up with Paulos, which is right now has been pushing me to reach all my goals, and so that I could become what I want to become in the future, and that's like a good musician, because he's very talented, of course. My parents love music. Like my dad was a DJ, so he had like all collections of almost everything. And that got me exposed to a lot of different music styles at an early age. And I loved dancing when I was younger too. So, and the good thing about music is that it's a universal language. So no matter if even if I'm from Sweden and I meet up with somebody that's from a different place, we can still get connected because of the music. And even if I don't understand the language, I understand the beat. Music, like one of my friends was just telling me right now, sets a mood, it sets an ambiance. So I can feel his happiness just by listening to his words and listening to his music. So I feel like music is a very powerful force, and that's why I respect music a lot. And that's just like it got engraved into me from my parents and from my surroundings and just life in general. Music to me was just a form or a way for me to express myself. Just write down whatever I was feeling at the time, and whatever I was thinking about, or whatever I just wanted to get out of myself, kind of like my shrink. What I seek to achieve is to always progress, always to become better with my music. Because I feel like a lot of artists, they like doing what they do, but if you're not getting better and not perfecting your craft, then you're never gonna, become better. And what I want to achieve with my music is to always become better and always be able to relate to people, always relate. And that's kind of what that's why I'm doing music, because I want people to feel my pains, as crazy as that might sound, and I want people to feel my happiness most, and feel what brings me excited, what makes me excited, and so that we can all relate on a universal level. So that's pretty much what I want to achieve. Of course, it would be nice to be played on all continents of the world, but it's more in it for me. I like to, show people what I'm about, and I just want people to understand who Kh'alm is. That's kind of what I want to achieve. My parents, they exposed me to a lot of different types of music. So like African music. I don't know all of the people's names or the artists' names, but I feel their music, and so I'll have them on my iPod. When it comes to hip hop, there's a lot of artists that I play. I'm a huge fan of like Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Common Sense. That's kind of what I started out listening to. You know, like lyricists, and of course later in time like Kanye West, Jay-Z, Drake, of course, J. Cole. That's kind of like hip hop, but everything else, there's so many different music styles. Like I listen to like Asian music, you know, Indian music, you know, French music, and you know, samba, salsa, anything. So I have everything on my iPod. So it's not like a specific type of genre or a specific type of artist that I, you know, prefer. The first time I performed. The first time I performed actually was when my little brother came out. This was with one of the groups that I was presently with called Beach City, and they had actually set up an event where I could perform with my little brother. And so me and Tony, like not really knowing how to like hype up a crowd or anything, we were like, hey, come on, let's do this. I was like, Tony, now you're here and now I'm here, let's do this. We can do this together, it's gonna be our first, and we gotta do it, man. And so Tony, like he always, like my hype man, hyping me up, telling me like, just think about this, think about that. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then, of course, we were a little nervous because we didn't know what to expect. That was our first time performing in front of a crowd. But like having my little brother by my side at the time, I mean, I wasn't nervous right when the music started. I was nervous before, but when I was on stage, like that just went away and I just like zoned out. And like I tell all my friends this, but when I'm on stage, I'm not the same person. It's kind of, I switch personality and I become like, let me control the mic right now, and I'm not scared of anything. And I just want everybody to enjoy what I enjoy and feel me. So first time I was nervous at first, but you know, it was fun. I'll never forget that. We got the footage and everything, and it was great. The crowd liked it. It was hype, man. So we have a couple of projects that we're working with right now. The mixtape that we're doing right now is going to be released on November 15th, if everything goes and if God willing. And it should be crazy. We're working on a website right now, so all the fans and all the, you know, haters or whatever you want to call them could always download it over there and just tell everybody about Kh'alm. As far as but this mixtape is a little different because we're using instrumentals from like well-known producers. So, you know, High Tech, Kanye West, Erykah Badu, one of her tracks. We took one from Wale as well, and I forgot what the other crew's called, but it's just songs that I've always liked and I've always wanted to hop on. And so this just is a way for me to channel out my music towards as many people as possible. And that's coming out 15th of November, so you should go get it. And as far as the album, we're working with a couple of artists, not artists, but producers. We got Daniel Masiada back in Sweden. We got Like Kid, AI, CD Phillips, whatever you want to call them, but I think it's Like Kid now. And of course, Paulos is making a lot of tracks on there. So it's going to be, it's not going to be the type of hip hop you're going to hear on the mixtape. It's going to be crazy. You're not ready for this, and it's going to be so hype. We got a couple of tracks right now. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it soon. But this is definitely a new level of music that we're embarking on, and the BMD label that we're under production is kind of the people that are like the masterminds behind it. So they're bringing their style of music, and it's gonna be crazy because I know you never heard anything like this before, and it's gonna be nice. But that should be coming out during the summer, so we're still working on it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now, be ready for November 15th, but in the summer, be ready for that album. We're not ready. We don't really know what it's gonna be called yet, but it's gonna be crazy. So just a couple of people that I want to mention and say thank you. Of course, my family for always supporting me. My friends, Paulos, Daniel, Orion, Dai, Yusuke, they actually made us this jacket, and that's actually why I'm wearing it. They're coming up. Their label or their brand is called Perspective Flow, so you should go check that out. They have nice stuff, really nice. All the love and support from all my friends. I know I'm not going to be able to remember everybody. Melanie, definitely thank you so much for your love and support. Tony, of course, always sending me crazy beats. This mixtape is because of you, so thank you so much, and thank you for everybody out there. I know I'm forgetting a lot of names, but I truly appreciate the opportunity that I have, and I promise and I guarantee that I'll make everybody proud. Thank you so much, and once again, I'm signing out. My name is Kh'alm, and thank you for spending your brief moment with me. Thank you.
Yo, BMD in the building. Shout out to Masiada, Light Kid, Scott Free, Paulos. I go by the name of Kh'alm. I gotta get my mixtape grind on, man. Hey, DJ Kizaru, can I get my mixtape grind on? I sold the Lupe track. Check it out. Yo, victory. People wishing that they was more like me. Never dumb it down, smarted up lyrically, like a real MC. Trying to use more words than the killer bee. Is you digging me? Every syllable illiful. I'm here to rule like angels do in the gas locker room. Now what they assume, yes I assume that they assume that the tunes that I give won't match the boom.